Is that Solomon?
No, it's Thomas.
Oh, that's fair. That makes sense. All right.
I love Rogue, but it's bad content.
Yeah, we'll start with AB.
Oh, AB, okay. Who took out bad combo?
Spotless.
Spotless it.
Yeah, we have a nice little chat before this game.
How does it feel to have killed AB?
I didn't do it. I didn't do that. That was Gabe.
It's your fault.
Nah, Gabe did it.
All right, well, good to know.
Sonny and Lucas killed AB.
I believe that. Yes.
Well, they did us a service because now we get Mermaid Sparkle back. So.
Facts. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So first point that gets played, big cut serve, easy receive. Now, I'm going to go out and say I think, like, from the very first point, I knew they were not going to get a ton of touches on us. I think that running a split and read where you send Christian to the left and Kyle kind of sticks where he is against Gabe or myself is terrible. Somebody needs to be going around the back and hiding behind Gabe. I mean, the best modern hitter in terms of no hit zone round net for pulling the ball behind himself and hitting it back where he came from. I mean, these are the shots that made Chiswick Showalter dominant. And very first point of the series, we see Gabe go to it. I'm just going to pull it up the left side of the net from my perspective, and he's going to come around. Very hard to rotate fast enough to make any plays on that. And the beauty of these sets is that it's actually really hard on Christian, because if Christian doesn't follow really effectively, Kyle's not going to be sitting around waiting and covering the push. So Gabe's going to have the push open here a lot. Just kind of aim for Kyle's left hip, and boom. If you are, a growing hitter and looking for an easy, consistent shot, I would just say watch the leader. That would be Kyle in this spot. And just aim for his left hip because he's going to be leaving that spot. So by the time your shot gets there, usually they can't stop their momentum and play it. Alrighty.
So should it be Kyle getting the pull there?
I mean, I'm gonna say Kyle needs to open this point by moving way right. So watch Kyle take that initial step left. I think he's already making bad decisions. He should be moving right off the snap so that he's behind Gabe. We want to be working from behind hitters or working from hitters' back shoulders as opposed to shifting and working kind of, even with their shoulders, where you can draw a line. If you draw a line through both of their shoulders and you're standing on or in front of that line, or I should say both of you are standing on or in front of that line, you're in a bad spot. One of you needs to be behind that line. Okay. Gabe's going to serve to Christian. Christian's probably going to get cooked.
There's a dead pack in the background.
Oh, just wait. That's actually pretty funny later. I'll turn on the volume. All right, double fault. I think this is also a double fault if I recall. It is. I probably double faults as well. Okay, I just put one on. That's kind of dumb. Don't miss the ball. He does the hard part. Oh, I actually recall getting called for foot fault. First serve of that last serving stretch. Pretty standard for me. Dig in right there. And no love from the net. I actually get aced here, and it's pretty nice. Step out, fake back, come in. Maybe it's the serve. I think I get aced here. Oh, no, I cake it. And we get a high call. Do we get a redo call? Yo, what's up, Lion? I'm running a live stream, so. Yeah. So that is high. And I actually don't hate how I step here. I don't love that my feet are off the ground when the ball's on the net. I think that's really bad. I think that is if you take away one thing from this whole stream, the worst possible thing you can do when receiving is have a foot off the ground when the ball contacts the net. You need both feet on the ground when the ball contacts the net. I mean, the only thing to make this like okay is that I have a pretty good read that he's hitting cut. Look how far over that ball is. So I got a pretty early read, but if he's tunneling the ball well, kind of running down the middle of the net, I need both feet on the ground when the ball hits the net. And he's gonna get another serve, and I think I get cooked here. Maybe not. Am I doing okay with lag?
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. Gabe steps out. So the way we ran our defense against Kyle and Christian, I'm gonna go ahead and say I didn't love. I thought we did a very poor job organizing a defense. But it kind of works out because that serve is nasty. Kyle honestly does a pretty good job with this thing because this thing cuts a lot and he still gets there. I would throw this ball a little bit more if I were Kyle, but yeah, I think that's a bit theatrical from Christian. That was literally my in moment like reaction when he
You're
dove
like, oh,
over.
that's theatrical.
I was like, dang, that is a lot. I don't think he needed all of that. So
Sheesh.
I'm kind of moving with the pitch. Like I'm kind of taking off as Gabe is contacting the ball, and I kind of mixed right there. It's tough because there's so much wind, and Christian loves to hit so down on the ball, Kyle as well, that making long runs around the corners is not going to be very productive. So I need to get there pretty early, get a good read, and then make my kind of a roofing play, just because of that wind. I'm not going to have much opportunity to run down that, I don't know, 60-footer. Good drop, bad footwork. Next point. Oh,
Pack down.
this is actually pretty funny. Let me turn on the audio. I hope y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear the audio?
Yeah. It's a little quiet, but yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah. Pack's reaction is hilarious. The immediate "I need you, I need you, I need you," and Kyle Ackerman just looks at me and goes, "I think we keep playing."
I mean, he did go to the hospital, just to be clear. So
Yeah, I literally
This
responded
is
like,
like 1:30 in the afternoon, right?
"Yes."
yeah.
Yeah, no, Pac's got to figure that out.
I mean,
He talked to me after it. He's got a plan to deal with it. He's gonna be fine.
I literally told him that if he wants this to stop happening, the night before he needs to drink 64 fluid ounces and eat 2 Chipotle burritos, and he won't cramp.
Well, he's like MMA wrestler. He's like basically starved his muscles of water and hydration like his entire like 3/4 of his life. The doctors basically told him like, yo, you got a lifestyle change on the hydrating and the eating before you actually work out. And he was like, okay.
And this dude needs to. I mean, from the reports I've heard, the weed for dinner the night before tournament is not the play.
That's only weed, nothing else.
Only weed, nothing else. Maybe lay off the dope for the night before. Have some food. That's a good serve, actually. With them running the split and read, my entire thought process setting Gabe is put it on Gabe's side of the net and let him hit the little backhand stuff, or let him hit the lefty wrap. His lefty wrap is unreal. But I suck, so I set the ball to his right hand off net and say hit it past them, which he does. Very convenient. When you miss by 2 nets, forget hitting the spot on the net you want to. You miss by 2 nets and he still kills the ball, no touch. Easy game. They're gonna play this. I thought that was a good decision. At this point in the game, we're running our defense against these two as though they were righties. Think about that.
But they're both lefties, are they not?
Yeah, they're both lefties, but we did not actually make any defensive adjustments. We ran our defense as though we were playing two righty players,
Mhm.
just because they both love to flick so much and chorn. I mean, if you look at these guys' shot selection, Kyle is so heavily flick oriented, and I mean Christian Bennett loves to flick, and they both love to just hit straight down on the ball. That our plan was low key like guard all the weird flick shots with the one guy, and the other person be ready to run. Not like the most high IQ, like theory based defense. That is gorgeous. Miracle touch from Christian. Let's actually talk about this. Okay, now this is not where you want to be making touches on Gabe. Like once again, if you guys think back to Boston, the shots that Gabe was playing against us, you immediately know that you should never be getting many touches as Kyle and Christian Bennett here. The only person that's going to let you get many touches here is me, the setter, by screwing up. If I feed you or feed Gabe to y'all, then y'all might find some touches, but otherwise you shouldn't. And I feed Gabe to him, so nice guy me. Both guys running four hands right in the middle. I love that. Nice and low, trying to get the bodies just in case it pops up. I think that's the miracle handoff of Christian. And then Kyle puts us in the air. Just not quite on net. So, hell of a touch. I need to give Gabe a little bit more net to work with, and he can hit that little backhand route that everyone knows and loves.
It's
I will.
crazy. It's crazy how much speed Gabe gets on that like jammed up backhand. Like, how does he produce so much speed from that hit?
So his load is a little bit weird actually. So most people when they load by pulling their hand across their body. So for me, it would be I would load my hand, like move my right hand to the left of my body, past my shoulder, and swipe across, right? Or I would reach in front of my body, right? Hand straight out in front, and then pull behind myself in kind of a clawing motion. Gabe is generating power by raising his hand upward and swinging down. Okay, so if you think about that, think about putting your elbow out in front of you, raising your hand up, and then in a circular motion, moving your hand down towards your chest, past your chest, towards your groin, and that is your swing. That's literally how he's swinging. Elbow in front, hand up, and then just go all the way around directly in front. So he generates a lot of power by the elbow goes up as he does it. A lot of like internal rotation in the shoulder to be able to do that. I don't have that much flexibility. Yeah, it's such a weird team. The fact that you find like you put both of the players that like to do weird stuff on the same team, and they just decided that was the plan. So once again, you see me immediately take off to the right. We're running our defense as though they're right-handed.
Gotta be a
And
flick coming here, right? Oh no.
fortunately, they decide that they are right-handed with that set. And I get lucky, get lucky, get lucky. We take it. Literally. I actually I'm gonna say this. I hate this spot from me. I think this is really not good, but we take it. I mean, I'm literally running away from where he's hitting the ball, and he accidentally hits me with the ball, and it goes right to Gabe. So, pro tip: accidentally get hit with the ball. When you accidentally get hit with the ball, make sure it goes off your body to your partner. I
Would
should
you
be close.
would
I
you
should
have
be a lot
rather
closer.
would you have rather planted there and like because that set was so far off net. Would you have rather planted there and like sat on that spot rather than running toward it?
Yeah, I really just shouldn't flip my hips here, right? I should be squaring my hips and taking a split step here instead of turning my hips. Oops, and running like into the ball here, right? I should be split stepping, squaring up, and getting ready to make like a touch and then a soft touch, as opposed to just all in praying. Like, cause my look at my hips. My hips are literally 90 degrees from the net. Like they're
Look at that
facing
calf
the
though.
complete wrong way. Pardon?
Look at that calf muscle though.
Calves
Oh,
are looking
God.
great.
Calf's looking. Ooh.
Okay. Um, and then this set is a pretty interesting set for me to work with here because it's coming over my shoulder onto the backhand far side. So I'm going to have a lot of trajectory to work with. And I think if you look at how Gabe sets this ball, I think Gabe's entire idea is it doesn't matter where I put him. I just need to give him enough trajectory to work with so that he can get it over Kyle at the net. He's probably thinking forehand, right? But it's funny that he gives me enough trajectory to work with here that I'm going to be able to hit it over Christian even. So we take that. Any questions on anything we've covered in this point? I know I'm moving kind of quick, but I think that was kind of a weird one.
So when you said for defense there, you wanted to, instead of running back and trying to, throw the hand and catch it, you want to like just square it and point your body towards Gabe. Like when you're
Gotcha. Yeah, I want to square my hips towards Kyle, or I should say towards Kyle's contact point with the ball. Okay? Because right now my look at where my leg crosses over here. You will never see Rahul in this position. Rahul will always be shuffling his feet side to side. And my feet are not shuffled side to side. I've crossed over. That is terrible. Now, you also have to remember why this is the case. Like, when you are 30 feet off net and you're running to get to the ball, this is chalk. Like, this is what you should be thinking. Step across, run, go get it. Right. But that's not what I'm doing here. My body is the primary point of contact. My body needs to be square. And the only way my body should be square is if my hips are square, and they're not square. My hips are turned. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, we want my legs to be in opposite spots. Like right here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh man, it's just bad the whole way, isn't it? I guess this is tolerable. My hips are about to turn slash in the process of turning. I don't hate my body position here. This is great, actually. I can shuffle to the right, and I should be shuffling to the right. I think the issue is that set is a little bit lower than I expected it to be. So instead of shuffling, I turn my hips to try and make up the ground. And it works out perfectly for me. So we take those. It really shouldn't work for me. Like this is me making a poor decision, me making a mistake, and it happens that I understand how the play is developing and Kyle doesn't execute perfectly, so I get the point. And we take those. Hard set to hit because it's so low from Christian. Yeah, this was actually a funny discussion, rules wise. Yeah, I'm mixing it up. We fake the backhand here, and he doesn't believe me, and I come back and hit reverse, and he cakes it. Good. Um, so this is what I'm talking about, squaring up. I really like this position here. My body is square to Gabe. I could be a little bit lower. I don't love that I'm this high. Um, so if I got a little deeper in the squat, that would be good. and it comes off me, and I go to soft touch it. I'm not in the no-hit zone when I touch it, and I'll say that again, I'm not in the no-hit zone when I touch it. I go to soft touch it, and I'm in the no-hit zone. So, we didn't actually know if my shot was clean or not, right? Because I can't fall in the no-hit zone, but I've clearly chosen to go in the no-hit zone, if that makes sense. A weird rules discussion. Christian makes a good play. Yeah, a bit of weirdness. I got ace right here. Nope, he kicks it. Yeah, this will be a fun one to talk about. So normally, if we were running this defense against a righty, Gabe would go around. But we actually changed to running our defense as though we were running against a left-handed version of Gabe or Ryan Gross. So I'm not quite moving with the pitch because Gabe's cut serve is going to take Kyle so far across. But I'm going to move as quick as I can. What's funny though, I should probably stop my run as soon as Christian Bennett crosses over, because if we draw a line from the setter to the net, you want one defender on each side of that line. And right now, we're both on one side of the net. So I would call this like an all-in gamble playing defense. Like, we really are gambling that Christian is about to short this set. If Christian shorts this set, we are guaranteed a touch, and it's going to be prime. But if Christian doesn't short that set, then we're probably not going to get that touch. Okay. So TLDR, I don't love that Gabe goes around Christian and I go around Kyle. Our game plan is that I'm going to go around Kyle here. But once Christian crosses over, right here, I need to make the read adjustment and stay on Kyle's wrap. Was that coherent, or should I rephrase that? Do I need to discuss why these are my perceptions, or I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure that this makes sense.
I think that made sense. Are you specifically targeting like getting on Kyle's wrap when you're going around there? Or are you just targeting splitting with Gabe and then when the set comes in you're like, all right, I'm on the wrap, so I'm gonna adjust to that position.
Well, I'm going to his right hand. Yeah, his like lefty wrap, lefty backhand. Excuse me, his lefty backhand wrap, his backhand flick push, even his push are what I'm thinking about going for when I take off to get around the corner here.
So
Okay?
do you expect Gabe to follow you then? Because like at that point,
I do.
if the
But
set's over the net, it looks like you're leaving Kyle's left wide open.
yes, exactly. I am expecting Gabe to follow me. That is the game plan. But as soon as Christian Bennett is coming across, Gabe pretty much has to go to his right, and I need to be staying in that spot on Kyle's left. So this is kind of a funny double cross. Gabe makes a good read here on Kyle, and this ball is far enough off net for Gabe to just know exactly where it's going, make a play. But we really don't run this defense in the way that we want, and we're just going to make a play on a broken play. I'll add the wind is like you can see the flag in the background. I completely misread this set and I botch it. Fortunately, Gabe helps me out. Kyle, I'm actually going to make an interesting point here. Kyle and Christian are on the wrong page here. They're not on the same page. So either Christian needs to be coming up Gabe's left right here and getting into what would be Gabe's wraps and pulls. Because if I make a decent set here onto Gabe's right hand, this is my point. And Christian should be the one to literally run, go get this, right? So like Christian should be running full speed to his left as fast as he can. Let me run this down. Let me get in there with the body, something. But taking the wrap, taking the big pull from Gabe, and he goes to the backhand, which I mean, I hate this decision. I think it's terrible. I don't think he has any business going over here. Maybe he thinks that I'm gonna set Gabe's backhand wrap from the dive. I think this is really poor though. I think that you just give Gabe that shot and worry about it later. I mean, from that perspective, where the hell am I going here? I'm playing defense like Kyle's a righty, going to the righty pull. Kyle's not a righty, so I'm running the wrong direction as well. So that's not to say that Christian's a bad player. You know, he's just making a bad decision. And heck, I make the exact same bad decision about 3 seconds later. So tough stuff, Frederick. Man, playing like crap. Alrighty. Is that back-to-back rallies? I think that was back-to-back rallies. Sheesh, we're sick. And now back-to-back double faults. Oh, nope, it's a reverse. I was actually pretty impressed that he picked this. I hit this nicely. He made it look very easy. I should probably be taking off here as fast as I can. Run, go get this. But when I hit this serve, my immediate reaction was, oh, that's an ace. That ball's not coming back. And it was not an ace. In fact, he caked it. So I was kind of ball watching. I think Gabe does a good job. I think based on the set, I probably need to get in there a little bit more and take a little bit more net. You can see my hand going high, trying to take the crazy high trajectory stuff and leave the sweet spot stuff for Gabe. And I think Gabe thinks he's going to wrap this just a little bit more. Because watch this hesitation step right there from Gabe, where he doesn't fully send. He takes like that weird hezzy route. I don't know how to describe it, where it's like not a full commit. Yeah. So if he commits to the route, he makes the play. But he thinks he's gonna get wrapped, so tough play, tough spot. Oh, this is where I get cooked. Wee, ball go left. This is why you want 2 feet on the ground when the ball hits the net, because if my left foot were on the ground right now, I could be pushing off of my left foot towards my right, but because the left foot's not on the ground, I can't push myself back to the right. So when I try to push, there's no ground there. And now I get to start pushing, but the ball's already almost past me. So we make a last minute dive and pray. And I suck. Get wrecked.
So in a normal serve receive sequence, what are you doing to try to keep your feet on the ground when the ball's hitting the net? Are you split setting? Are you split stepping on the toss, or are you trying to like basically keep your feet down at all times?
No, I'm split stepping on the toss, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But timing up that split step timing is different for every single person. Cause I mean it's pretty easy to time up your split step with somebody like Ryder. It's a nice high loopy toss. You can see it from a mile away. Pretty simple. Or someone like
Then why do you still get aced by me, Frederick?
because he turns the ball a lot more than everyone
Alright.
else.
I just had to chime in here.
I mean, if you didn't turn it so much, it would be a lot easier.
All right, carry
if
on.
you could use a little less spin, that would be convenient.
I'm
Um,
all right.
that being said, I mean, there's also people like Dax O'Hare or myself where it's like high loopy toss. You know exactly when he's going to hit the ball, easy to time up the split step. And I mean, ball go left. So, or in Dax's case, ball go right. So, yeah, timing up that split step is super important, and I do a really bad job of it here. So I get aced by a lot. Okay.
Gabe wants rim on that though. I like that call.
I also had rim in the moment, but no love from Rich.
I think Rich was right.
This was an outrageous call. Maybe the most absurd call that I've ever experienced. I'm like watching Pack like walks over towards us a little bit, and I like get distracted by it. In that process, Christian calls score, and then Kyle calls me for taking a step. Yeah, right there. That last step as I step up to the line. Anyways, I disagreed with him and we got a redo because the observer wasn't sure. Okay. Little drop. That set's not where we want it. He hits it directly to Kyle. Weird touch from Kyle, and we win the point. What more can you ask for? Once again, this is us running a defense like we would against a righty. I actually really like the spots that we're in here. If Christian weren't to push and were to step through, I would have step through hit. I would have a lot of things covered. Most of the shots with this backhand into Gabe are going to be kind of these super low trajectory shots. So I absolutely love Gabe trying to get on the ground here. I think this is all good. And the ball just happens to go straight down. I think Gabe could get on the ground a little bit earlier and be a little more dynamic and work a little more low to high. But I'm pretty bad at that too, so I don't really have much room to speak. We take that, we play that, we hit that past him. And I mean, this is the classic story of I come to the net and Christian Bennett says, "I'm guarding your wrap," and I'm pretty much say, "No, you're not," and let me show you that you're not. And we find out that he's not covering my wrap. It's kind of a weird dynamic because he's essentially baiting me or like egging me on and say, "Hey, I'm covering the wrap. Hit the wrap because I'm covering it." And I'm sitting there saying, "Move into my wrap because you're not covering it." And until he listens to me, I just continue to hit the wrap by him. It's kind of a weird piece of brinkmanship. Cool. Moral of the story, there's always more wrap, so you need to cover more than you think. Now, I really like where Gabe is right here. I really like this spot. I think we are in terrific defensive spots. Yeah, I think if we don't have that bit of wind, I think Gabe makes that play. So, unfortunate. Better luck next time. Christian tries to hop in the bag. He has previously been him before. So it makes sense to try and hop in the bag. Hot take from Rich, I think. Yeah, this looks like a hot take from Rich. I don't know. The camera's really high up and the ball's in between the camera and the receiver, so it would look lower than normal, but boy does it look low. Or boy does it look high. So I think that probably wasn't clean. But we take those. Okay. So this is weird. And this is just really unfortunate for us. There's not much we can do. When I come here and I see this set come into the left side, I have to leave. because there's so many just like high chorns and lips in Kyle's range. Gabe coming around this side and like dodging out of Kyle in this fashion kind of screws us. He really needs to be working right to left. And he's just a little bit behind in the point. No, this is once again like I do the exact same stuff. I don't mean to rip Gabe, but look how Gabe starts moving right to left too early. He should still be moving from the right of our screen to his left across the net, kind of working that funnel in, and he winds up abandoning the funnel. If he were to work with the funnel, his feet would come around the net and it would be not an easy touch, but a potential touch, we'll call it. Oh, super unfortunate. Good drop. Better set. Easy game. One thing I'll note here, I think Christian or Kyle should leave the net. You don't want both people together at the net. I think Assistive Touch has done a really good job kind of showing us that you want one person on the net and one person 3 feet away from the net or 2.5 feet away from the net. It kind of gives you two separate opportunities to make a touch at the ball, as opposed to here they only get to make one opportunity because they're together at the same distance. So kind of a weird thought. We get a redo call. Good makeup call, Rich. Good makeup call. Long discussion and I double fault. Classic. Oh, no, I don't. That's my first serve again. Yeah. This is what happens when you run a defense designed for righties against a lefty. Yeah. Because Gabe is a little further off the net as he would be on a righty. But on a lefty, Christian just takes the sky ball route. I think you just have to know Christian is a hitter and know that that's coming, as that kid lives for the sky ball. I don't know if there's much more interesting points other than I try to throw. That was nice. I don't remember doing that. Cool. I like that. I want to do that every time. Yeah, money set from Gabe here. Essentially, how do they run this defense? Yeah, Kyle evacuates where my backhand wrap is going to be and goes to the big right. I think all of this is pretty sensible. And then there's just a backhand wrap open and Gabe sets me perfectly, so neither of them kind of perceive how much net I have. And we hit it. Nice. Wow, good serve. I should probably have left the other direction towards Kyle's big left, but I don't. And Christian shorts the set just like I thought he was going to. And I didn't even need to be there, it turns out. I can elaborate on these points if people want me to. I just think it's generally not the most interesting thing. Yeah, we're in great spots for where that set winds up. That's just a live read. I don't know.
Fred, if you had split with Gabe and gone to that left, and then the set comes sort of quick and short. So like say you'd gone behind Kyle and the set
Yeah,
comes quick and short. What are you doing there if the set's like off net and toward you, basically in a spot where it's unplayable where you are? Are you like just rushing around to cover one shot? What's your game plan if that set suddenly comes in a spot where you basically can't play it?
I'm going to try and get all the way to the right of Kyle so that I have visibility into the ball going into Gabe's body, because essentially there's going to have to be like a reaction play here. I'm probably going to try and take momentum to the ball so that if it bounces off Gabe's left side and goes to Gabe's left, then I would have a full head of steam to go make that set. And like, let's assume Gabe is taking all of the net right here. He's probably working left to right. So he's going to be having a lot of opportunity to make soft touches off of balls that go onto his right, and a lot less opportunity to make soft touches off of balls going to his left. So I would run all the way around Kyle and try to keep like a full head of steam to go get balls that bounce off his left, uh, off Kyle's ready push. All of this, once again, imagining that Gabe is taking the entirety of the net with the body. If I were to have gone around to Kyle's big left, Gabe would be forced to do that.
So
Is that
if you end up out of position on that set, you're expecting Gabe to step in and try to take up as much net as possible.
Yeah, that is exactly like the weird, awkward point from earlier where I kind of ran through. I kind of ran through the ball when I shouldn't have. Okay. Gabe swinging for glory there. Big instep reverse. Unfortunate. I tried to throw here, if I recall. Nope, no good. I think I like miss a hit or something. Something like super dumb. Okay, wow, this is interesting. So it's only taken us the entirety of game one, but this is going to be the first point that we run with a natural defense against a lefty. We're going to run the follow. Gabe's going to follow. I'm on the move. I'm keeping in mind that I'm happy to go deep here as Kyle's hitting into pretty firm wind. So for me to run this down does not feel absurd. Now, when I get to this spot right here, I recognize that I'm out of the play. You can see me slowing up as quick as I can, even crossing over. And Gabe is starting to recognize how far out of the play he is because Kyle has the push open and Gabe is late. Yeah. Really good shot selection from Kyle. Kyle identifies Gabe's late. Kyle identifies that I am going to get to every wrap that he could conceivably take, and that if he hits it high and deep, I'm going to go get it because I'm already on the move, and rips the push. Yeah, easy game. Kyle knows what he's doing. Great decision maker, Kyle. I mean that completely seriously. I think Kyle makes really good decisions. Really smart player. Good little look from Christian. Might have been an ace. I can't set. Yeah. I want to put Gabe kind of on that left side of the net, or I guess from our perspective, the right side of the net, and let him hit that backhand wrap right back at that spike ball sign over there. But I short him just a little bit, and it makes his life really hard. So small gap between a really good set and a really bad set. One thing to note, once again, I'm actually going to show Gabe's emotion. Somebody was talking about how he gets so much power on the ball. Do you see how Christian steps in front right there? Essentially Gabe, leads with the hand up and then leads with the elbow. Even if he is kind of getting jammed up, he'll still do that similar hand up, elbow down, and then hand down, elbow up motion, and snap his elbow. That's an unbelievable serve. So yeah, I get cooked. Once again, 0 feet on the ground when ball hits the net makes it pretty tricky. I'm actually not that upset to only get aced by that much, considering when ball strikes the net, I have 0 feet on the ground. So better luck next time. Gosh, Christian Bennett reverse has gotten so much better since the last time I played him, and whenever I last played him, a long time ago, like 2020 or something, 2021. All right, Gabe Sim. So we're gonna win the game here. Oh no. I actually pretty like our defense here. Gabe needs to go a little more aggressively left. I'm taking all of backhand wrap. I'm taking backhand. I am not going to make it all the way around for the push. So Christian does have pushes open. I also don't think Christian has many pushes in his range. His range is almost entirely populated by wrap. And then as soon as you see him dive, you know he's wrapping. So things to keep in mind if you look like Christian Bennett. He has like no push, diving push in his range, and that's not like to his fault. Nobody has diving push in their range. That looks like a bad set. This is actually a set that I really like. And Gabe and I had actually talked about this the night before. I love a nice high set onto the backhand. It's almost always going to create a one-on-one, and I'm going to have a trajectory advantage against my opponent because I can choose to hit this ball, 6 inches off the ground underneath Kyle's knees and make it really, really tough on him, or I can choose to just womp this over wherever he would be and hit it super deep. So, yeah, trajectory advantage is super valuable in those spots. Any one-on-one, if you have trajectory advantage, you win the point. Same idea with like any one-on-one. If you have an angle advantage, you're going to win the point. So, generate a one-on-one with a trajectory advantage. I mean, that is the epitome of Rahul's hitting. Generate a trajectory advantage one-on-one. He does such a good job.
If you're Kyle in that spot, is there anything different that you're doing, or are you just like totally screwed?
I mean, against like competent hitting, you're totally screwed. I would pick one and go all in on it. So whether that's the push or whether that's the bomb, pick it and go for it. I think knowing your player is probably the most important thing. And I think Kyle actually I really don't think Kyle can do something better here. I have so many push flicks in my range and like he knows it's a shot that I really like and I hit frequently and I've already hit it once this game. So I think Kyle does everything right here and just I get a bit fortunate to have that trajectory advantage. And you can see Kyle's a bit frustrated because he knows exactly that he didn't make any mistakes. There's just no opportunity for him to win the point there. Good setting by that's great setting by Gabe. I think I dropped second for the win. Question mark? Maybe I'm a pre-bend on it. Don't remember what happened. Just think that I win the game. It's probably the case. Good receive. No way I could not believe he hit tweener there. Yeah, and then I botch a set, and Gabe rips it through Kyle, and we win the game. Take notes. Get a hitter for a partner that makes up for your setting errors. Because I had 3 that game. Cool. This is Butterfingers. This is Rogue. I'll do one more. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. What are y'all feeling? Butterfingers, Rogue, or Rendell and Caleb?
I know I said earlier that Rogue was bad content, but I would like to see you serve receiving against like people as Ambi as Thomas and Ryan.
It doesn't go well, but sure.
It doesn't go well for anyone, to be fair.
Honestly, though, in the morning it doesn't really go that badly. Afternoon was rough. Of course, they had the sun in the afternoon. We all had to deal with the sun. If it's hard to receive Rogue in perfect conditions, it's even harder when you can't see the ball. Which is why you see the massive swings in that series. I think game 1 starts out with us up 5-0 or 4-1 or something nuts.
Yeah, last time I played Rogue, it was indoors on turf, and
Same.
It didn't really matter. Like, it was still really bad.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I think I opened with an ace on Marino. I've always just been able to rip low push on him. Anybody starting to receive you with their hands facing the ground should get aced every single time, like to start the game, because if you hit the ball lower than their hands, then their hands need to go from high to low, and that just means you're going to hit the ball into the ground. Thomas has figured it out and lowered his hand position, but Marino hasn't played me for a while. I think that gets called high. Oh, definitely high. And I think I'm going to make him redo it because I thought it was good. Cool. Good call, Frederick. That looks clean. I don't know that I love this defense, but I also don't hate it. So watch me make that aggressive move right to left, from my perspective, left to right from the perspective of us watching the game. Because Thomas, when he steps up to the net, his hitting range is filled with a lot of like weird short arm pushes. And when I saw him load here, my first thought was he's going to do the short arm push. And then he wrapped it by us, or wrapped it by me and in between us. So misread, got burned. Oh well. Let's see if I can receive. Okay. He steps right. I step right. He goes right. I go right. Let's see if I time up my foot strike. I really like this so far. Watch me get ace. Oh boy. Yeah, foot strike is not going to be timed up well. 1 foot on the ground. I'm in a lot of trouble. But I've got a pretty good read on it, and I put the ball in the air at least. So not my favorite receive, but against this team, we will take it. Oh, rim. Cool. Maybe we should have played that. Something to keep in mind for next time. Yeah, looks like I'm keeping up okay with fake so far. Not falling too far behind, but I am not timing my foot strike. I'm definitely late. I do recall thinking that serve was going to be lip, and then just watching it go by plainly. So didn't love that to open the series. 2-1. Is that an ace? No, front rim. Cool. Gabe doing such a good job. Watch Gabe's heel as Thomas fakes. This is kind of the key to receiving pro ambu servers. And I have a lot of success receiving Blake with this and a little bit less receiving Thomas with it. But watch Gabe's right foot there. He just took 3 steps. Yeah. We'll watch it again. Step, step, step. 3 steps in 2 seconds. And this is really, really valuable. These like chop steps here, super important. Yeah. That is, if I could put a point on repeat, that would be the point. Because I want to do that every point, all game, all day. Let's see if I can ace Marino again. Oh no. Gabe gets to ace Thomas instead. No ace. Great set from Marino. Not a bad set. Or not a bad receive from Tommy, in fact. And then good little push shot. I need Gabe to kind of go here. And he kind of vibes. I probably need to get in there with the body and let Gabe play a little deeper. But I hesitate, and we lose the point because of it. people watching? I don't know if anybody's still paying attention. Oh, cool. There are some people watching. We'll keep rolling. Uh-oh. This is not where you want to be. So I probably fall behind early. Yeah, he steps, I step. I take an additional step here with the left foot even. And then foot down, comes back. I'm really far behind right now, and I'm just not going to catch up. Yeah, makes sense. Going for a little bit extra there, probably a bad idea. We really want to make Thomas set. That's like a big thing Gabe was talking about. Although Thomas's setting was pretty solid all day. A little bit of front rim from Gabe. Unfortunate. Great touch. I don't mind that set. I'm trying to just put the trajectory one-on-one with Thomas. Gabe goes for the low ball and shanks it. Unbelievable touch. Good rotation. This is, once again, exactly what we're trying to do. Just doesn't quite make it happen with the rip. I mean, and this set is far off net. Like, that's not where I want it to be. So, tough stuff. This looks pretty good from Gabe. Tommy step left, Gabe step left. Watch Gabe's weight go down here. I like that. He knows he's going to have to keep going back and forth, so he just lowers the weight, get a little closer to the ground, so he'll be able to react a little quicker. I think that's good. I think he's all over clean serves. That's outside rim. There's that weight coming up. Oh, sorry, y'all. He's starting to leave his toes. He's definitely not gonna have his feet down at ball net. So not ideal, but he gets away with it. Nice little rim or lip. Side. Serve number 3. Not sure why it's serve number 3. Gabe's strategy was rip it through people with his serve, which I don't hate. And I think this is my ball, actually. Nope, that's Gabe's ball. I think Gabe might be a little too close here. I think I probably also have a chance to make a play there. So a bit unfortunate, but I like her angular positions. Just tough to make that touch when you're that far off net and like not far enough off net. Like that defensive spot. That made me feel really good to make that touch. Cause I don't know. Made me feel like I was gonna get to the next one. Didn't feel too bad about receiving Marino on the day. Thomas, I didn't feel too great. Thomas tends to tunnel his serves a little bit better. They run down the middle of the net. And Marino tends to use the edges, which is a little easier for us. Oh, unfortunate.
I'm curious why you find the edges easier. Is it that Thomas gets more spin, or is that they're coming at like different, more awkward angles?
Well, if you run a serve down the edges, I know that the serve is going to be a cut or a reverse from the moment like you've hit the ball because it's going towards the side, so I get to just jump to that spot. But if you hit a ball down the middle, like I don't really know which way it's going to turn. So I kind of have to wait for the ball to start turning and then jump
Are you reading that turn off of Thomas's hand or off of the net?
off of the net.
Okay.
Yeah. Really like spots here. Marino just doesn't hit it far enough for Gabe to not make the run. Gabe kind of slings it. He doesn't put it in the air. And then I don't give him quite enough time. So just a little bit unfortunate that we don't get to make this play. Yeah, that looked pretty sick. Gabe, like, not even very far behind and still gets cooked. That's rough. And we got a high call. Cool. Gabe, maybe a little behind, but probably doing pretty well here. And he's going to make that receive, and I'm not going to help him with this set. I was really upset to miss that set. I need to give him at least an opportunity to make a play. Oh, we love this. Yep, that's me. Probably wondering how I got in that spot. Anyways. Gosh, that's brutal. I'm so far behind. Fake right. I overcommit, and he snaps. Easy game. Honestly, I don't hate my recovery steps. I do a decent job to get across pretty well as that ball's coming by. But the hips are turned, so if that's the reverse, I'm cooked. And that's not what you want to see. Yeah, does he run the exact same combo? He does. Oh, he tosses an extra fake in. But I get a reset with my feet and still get absolutely cooked. So we hate that. Okay, here we go. Step left, I come left. Fake right. Back to the left. Goes back to the right. I do a good job not overcommitting, recognizing how much angle he's going to have, and then just getting there. And I also get to receive that from what looked to be about 8.5 feet, which is really nice against these two. You're doing it right if you're receiving from 8.5. Great touch by Thomas. That's kind of the old, hey, Thomas says he's covering the wrap. I say, I don't believe you. Thomas says, well, then hit it here. And I say, bet. And Thomas says, great, I was covering the wrap. Almost a sick play. You hate those. Just swing and a miss from Gabe. Perfect spot. That's how you run your defense. So it always feels so bad to like operate your defense in a way to collect a certain touch and then get that shot hit at you, be in the spot you want to be at and miss the ball. I do that all the time. It is infuriating. They might play this. They do play that. And I whiff it. Wow, I'm bad. Yeah, I think that this is kind of a weird spot where the set is pretty bad. Thomas does a great job moving around the no-hit zone. And then I do a good job moving. I do a really good job moving away from where Thomas is going to, because I read pretty early that he's going to be going to the left, and I just start to dip. And now it's like, all right, don't go so hard that I can't get the drop, and don't let him hit behind me on the push, because all the wrap is going to go to Gabe. He hits, I find a nice little touch, I come to the net, and I actually only hit this. Come on, Apple. I actually only hit this with my pinky, which is inconvenient. And then I don't hate these spots given Thomas's propensity to hit that little lefty push thing, which I think Gabe would be on all day. And I get a nice little touch on the wrap, exactly how we would want. It starts to go up, and I am slow. Nice little Scooby-Doo action there. I think this dive's actually pretty funny. Just a splat. All right, let's see this receive. Step right, step right. Oh, I'm in a great spot. Yeah, I was going to make that receive. Get the split set down early. Really nice spot for me. Here we go. I probably would have tried to just hit it through him. And I do. Yeah, I don't remember many setting errors from Thomas, though, and certainly fewer than previously. I thought Thomas set really well on the day. But that's why we hit clean serves on Marino, give him plenty of opportunity to make the bad sets. I don't know if anybody else in here had observations or perception regarding setting quality from these two, but I thought it was pretty good.
I mean, Thomas is in chat, so let's hear it.
Oh, really? I thought he. I mean, yeah, thought it was good. But you got to give him opportunity to mess it up for you. Okay. Lefty step fake. This is the reverse of the combo that we saw to the right side when he then snaps back to the right hand, or from the right hand. He was going left step, right fake, and then come back to the left hand. This is left step, left fake, and come back to the right, and then back to the left. So one more step. And I'm kind of on it, unless it's the reverse, in which case I'm in a whole lot of trouble. Gabe thumped that. I absolutely love the positions we're in right here. Marino's going to have no push. Gabe's going to have an opportunity on all wrap, pull, and opens. If Marino tries to go high, Gabe's going to have an opportunity to run it down. If Marino tries to go high, push, I have a full head of steam to get there. And I think, yeah, we do get a touch, as we just saw. And then if it's the backhands, I'm working left to right. So he would have to really connect with a big backhand wrap. And even then, I'll have opportunities with the left hand to make plays. So I truly love our spots. And this is really ideal. Gabe's going to have opportunities on the backhand pushes, so don't try that. Anything else I've kind of got. And this is ideal textbook money set. Rip it home. That's what you want your defensive touch to look like, and that's how you want your defense to play. And I think we have a timeout there. Yeah, Rogue calls a timeout at I want to say 14-13-ish. 12-14, something like that. Gabe hits a yucker. And it's yucky. Good look. Good look. Yeah, that's a poor set by me, but we get away with it. Let's see this. I want to see Gabe's receive. Interesting that he takes the small step when Marino takes such a massive step. Marino running pretty much no fakes out of that. And then this. Sorry, y'all. Sorry for all the yawning. That set for me really does need to get to the net so that Gabe can hit backhand wrap, as it's going to be wide open. And then I don't love hitting boom ball at Tommy. Tommy does a really good job at that kind of stuff usually. But Gabe swings hard enough, and if you swing hard enough, you'll just win the point. So good job, Gabe, just swinging hard enough.
It looks like you're into your body a little bit on that set. Would you rather take a step back and let it come to you, or what is the, if you could correct that set, what would you do differently? Or just hit it better. I don't know.
Honestly, I think I'm exactly where I want to be. I think my posture is good. I honestly don't think my set is as bad as Gabe makes it out to be. I think he probably actually does have some backhand wrap here, and he just doesn't take it.
So you could sit on it longer if you wanted to.
Yeah. But maybe I'm crazy and I just, have misdescribed the situation. Maybe he doesn't have any backhand, and that's all I gave him, and I should consider setting it a different way. But I really like my setting form there. I think it's ideal. Tommy did really well on all my cut, which was inconvenient. And then I watched the ball fall in front of me. Good stuff, Frederick. I love watching the ball fall and picking it up. Yeah, and in this moment, I want to shoot myself during the game because I should have made that play, and Gabe knows. Very frustrating. Here we go. One of this has to be one of Tommy's favorite combos because he's been running it a lot. Left step, right fake, and the other big ace he hit on me from this exact spot. He was standing in the same spot, and I was too. He just snaps off the left and rips it by me. This time he comes back to the right hand. I have a good read on it, and I am there. He catches some front rim and gets lucky. Is he going to run the same combo but cut it off before he comes back to the right hand? I wouldn't be surprised. Here we go. Left step, right fake, to the left hand, snap, no fake. Yeah, this is, potentially Thomas's best combo, to be completely honest. It's filthy. Yeah, really smart shot by Marino there. He takes advantage of the fact that I am late. So I'm moving with the pitch, and I should already be on the next step. And I shouldn't be moving this slowly. I need to move with a purpose. And then I probably go too wide here when I should have probably already come back sooner. So all those different things adding up, I probably have like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, but we'll call it 15 seconds that I can just delete from my process as a player and be a much better defender. Great push. I get exploited here. That's my ball all day. Cool. Over to the end here.
So should you come around a lot faster on that push? Is that like you're saying it's your ball?
Yeah, 100%. I leave late. I don't move quick enough. Yeah. You can see how late I leave right. there. I'm not too late. I'm not super late, but I'm definitely not like cooking to get around when I should be moving with the pitch. You know, what I mean, like moving with the pitch, like with a purpose. So I'm kind of slow to get around, and then yeah, don't get the touch because I'm lazy.
That's pretty quick too, I guess.
Yeah, I think I have time. I think I should make that touch, and I think that's a gimme, and I'll maintain that. I can also dive, and I don't dive. I just watch it fall. I love watching the ball fall and then picking it up. It's my favorite thing. Whether I'm playing round net or a different sport, I like watching the ball and picking it up. Cool. Money touch, easy game. Kind of a miracle touch here from Gabe. Gabe comes to the net. He does a good job kind of staying on the left, not getting too out of position. Tommy has lots of crazy shots here, so I was seeing some backhand wrap into me as being legitimately potential. And then he decides to hit the big push, and it looks like he is very in the no-hit zone. Like a whole leg in the no-hit zone. Anymore. Gabe kind of just sticks with it, waits for something to happen, makes a touch, puts it in the air, I make a touch, and we win the point. So cool. In the moment, we weren't really sure if this should be a hinder or not, because we couldn't tell the trajectory, and I was already on the run towards it. Gabe immediately thought this was a redo, and I kind of deferred to him, and Tommy tends to believe Gabe. I think you probably should, but Gabe was probably wrong looking back at this. Didn't look like I had the most of a play. And I suck. Can't get beat by the wrap. Worst case scenario, we're in wonderful spots. Gabe gets all the way around. Gabe gets all the way to the push. Gabe's past the backhand wrap. He's in such a good spot, and I just watched the ball go by my right side. And you can see, like, literally, just look how upset I am after this point. Yeah, you suck. Make a play one time. Cool. That was filthy. We take the free lip up and we win those points. What the heck? I don't know what that was. Whoa. That is a fine piece of hitting. Why didn't they make us redo it? Maybe it must have clipped rim. It had to have clipped rim. It's like a 1 in 500 shot if it didn't clip rim. Oh god, this shot was filthy. And I mean, like, oh come on, 2804, yeah. I think we're at 2804. Maybe that's the next game. Yeah, that's the next game. Cool. So Tommy's gonna ace Gabe here, and this thing is filthy. He's going back to one of his favorite combos, left step and immediate left toss. No good. And then I'm guessing he's going to go in-step left fake to the right hand with the reverse on it. Oh, lots of fakes. Here we go. It's a good fake. What can you do? Doesn't matter how many blocks you have or how many, field goals you have. If you can't set, you can't set. Okay. I'm not sure what the discussion is here. A little bit of front rim. Starting to get a little bit toxic in this series, if I recall. Tell him they can go get a glass of water here in a second instead of a server.
How do I? Oh, Fred.
And that's a great serve. And I mean, Tommy actually does a pretty good. Tommy does a pretty good job to work with that, given what he got, and Ryan just doesn't quite convert. It sounds like we have a bunch of people. Do we have questions, or are we good? Okay. We're almost done. Sorry, guys. I'm super tired. Oh my god, this was so bad. So once again, you see me come around. I'm ready to cover Tommy's push. I'm ready to cover Tommy's wrap. I'm ready to cover Tommy's left. I know he has this left. I see the right hand go up, and literally my first thought here, like when I saw this right hand go up, I literally said he's gonna wrap the left hand. This is the left-handed wrap. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm gonna make the play. I'm gonna make the play. And then it just hits. You can see it right there. It hits the side of my thumb. Like I get my hand there and it just hits my thumb. I was so upset. Don't love Gabe's position. This was Gabe's first time running this defense. He needs to be playing some body. Gabe doesn't necessarily love to body, but he's not in a bad position and he's covering the backhand push, so it winds up being really good. Yeah, kind of a funny thing. Even when I sit there and go, I don't really love Gabe's position. Gabe's position kind of not exactly how you would run it for this defense. Oh, but based on this set, I guess it's kind of perfect. Okay, cool. So we love that. When your shortcomings are fantastic, A pluses. You're doing it right. I went 0 for 8 with that on the day. Very disappointing. No backhands for me that day. But the cut serve is a good serve, and we take it. And you can't call rim there, Gabe. Because we're going to redo it. Because that's how round out works. Unfortunate. I probably double fault or something. No, I don't double fault. That's immaculate from Marino. I'll say this set.
Rattle.
This set from Thomas.
Oh, it's a bump on him.
This set from Thomas gives Marino a really strong set of shots. So Marino's hitting range here is super strong. He hits all the backhands, and there's no way for Gabe to cover them because Marino's boxing them out by moving his feet up the right. He can hit all the forehands, and I'm not going to get to any of his wrap. I can barely get to any of his push. So as long as he doesn't literally hit Tommy with the ball, he is probably going to win the point. Really good set from Thomas there. And then good job by Marino to not screw it up. Not to say that the shot isn't good, but Thomas is set is what makes it such an easy win. That's rim. And that's rim, and we win the game. Cool. I hope that was fun. I hope that what do we have here? We have 8 of clubs, ace of clubs, queen of spades. What else we got? Show us the rest of the hand. You bum. And the 3 of diamonds.
Oh, give me the AirPods. Mando
Where
also
are
has
we?
an AirPod in.
Like 500 effective here? Come on.
He's
Oh, a
upset.
little bit more. He's like 3, 4. He's like 1,000 effective.
Did Nando just hear your whole hand?
Yes. Okay, I had nothing. Nando, show your hand for the Discord.
For the Discord, one time. Oh boy. Pocket sixes with the king 7 of hearts. And the 6 of hearts.
The boards are
Come on.
6-5 deuce and 7-5
4,
two.
5, 8 of hearts. One time. One time dealer. 4, 5, 8 of hearts.
Thanks, Fred.
Okay. Yeah, before we rail these fools playing poker, I hope that was fun round net to watch. I think it's funny that Thomas was in here and didn't say anything. I hope Mr. T Hammy, major winner 2023. Thought that the commentary was at least interesting.
All right, chat. We're rooting for Deuce.
Deuce. He wants it to brick out. Can you say that at the table?
I can say whatever I want at the table, Fred.
Is this a cap game?
Yeah, 100 cap.
100 cap. It's capped. There's
You got
3
the,
callers.
I got the ace of hearts on the bottom and the 10 of clubs on top.
He's printing. Print the monies. Alrighty.
Thomas typed to you. He said he can't talk right now.
Yeah, unfortunate.
He said it was great.
Oh, I love that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you very much for your insight. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
Fred's insight is worthless in the poker world.
Oh, that's facts. But